elevate performance, improve retention, and have a positive impact on business outcomes. And by practicing the prescriptions in this book, people can be their best at work, become emotionally connected to each other, and truly feel like they are in great company. Marshall Goldsmith, August 2018. Introduction. The In Great Company Advantage. What if we could create a world of work where employees were so deeply engaged that they loved doing their job every day? What if they were so invested in building a better workplace for themselves and others that putting in the extra effort was virtually guaranteed? And what if they could focus so exclusively on doing what's right for customers that profits were essentially a byproduct of the process? This would be a place where people were dedicated to working toward collective success, where mutual respect was the norm and all people felt heard. Everyone would be excited, eager, and poised to collaborate to achieve objectives that they all believed in. I can envision this world because I have spent the last 15 years creating a path to make it happen. I call it being in great company. You are in great company when you experience a spark that lights your desire for peak performance. This spark comes from the deep emotional connection you feel to your company and the people with whom you work. As founder and CEO of the Best Practice Institute, BPI, and as an executive coach and organizational psychologist, I spend my day working with leaders to help them ignite their spark. The psychologist in me dives down to diagnose problems and identify opportunities, while the executive coach in me formulates a practical action plan to help leaders discover how they can become better through feedback and the power of their stakeholder, peer, or customer network. The In Great Company approach I describe throughout this book is based largely on my work with the Best Practice Institute, a leadership development and solution center for senior talent and human resources (HR) executives. As a subset of that, I formed the BPI Talent Consortiums, otherwise known as the Senior Executive Board, SEB. The SEB is a leadership experience where C-level leaders can come together to be in great company, surrounded by supportive peers who care about each other's growth and share similar goals. These experiences include curated conversations, custom research on current challenges, provocative online learning, and in-person venues where leaders meet with industry colleagues and stakeholders to share best and next practices, hold each other accountable for objectives, publish important new findings, and collaborate to solve larger national and world issues. The BPI Senior Executive Board formed in New York City in 2001 after the 9/11 attacks as a way to reconnect to our passions and become even more successful together. Since then, we often assemble executives from the same value chain to solve stubborn challenges and support each other's growth. Other times, it is industry competitors coming together to share insights and advice. We have met at the United Nations to discover how to become more sustainable and socially responsible. And we've met at the Pentagon to dive into veteran hiring processes with top-level officials. To further this work, we came back to Manhattan on the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, where I led an especially memorable executive session. The venue overlooked the site of Ground Zero from the executive dining room of Manhattan's Westin New York at Times Square. Many of the leaders at the BPI Senior Executive Board meeting had lost family members, close friends, and colleagues. They opened up about deeply personal moments in their lives and shared stories until the early hours of the morning. We talked about how our personal feelings and experiences affect our mindset and motivation at work. As you can imagine, there were tears flowing and peers provided support. We closed the restaurant with the staff that evening, leaving as a strong group, intact and in solidarity. We were no longer just colleagues. We felt bound together like a family. Not every interaction at work can or should be like that one, but when employees connect to each other in a deeper way, and when they feel supported by leaders and able to be themselves, it alters their perception.